What is up? I am your host, Endo, Caine, and I'm here to let you know that I just finished watching Raw. So enough of the bullshit, man. Let's get straight to it. I know you want content. Let's get to it. All right, Raw jumps off with shots of the semifinalists of the Raw King and Queen of the ring. Somebody's gonna win, somebody gonna lose, somebody gonna advance to Saturday night. Io Sky, Lyra, Valkyria, Gunther, and Jey Uso. Two big matches. There can only be two winners to advance to Saturday. Cut to the ring. It's our IC champion, Sami Zayn appears. Sami says we are mere days away from the king and queen of the ring, where he will defend his IC title in a triple threat match. Sami Zayn, Chad Gable, Big Bronson Reed, brother. Says that this is personal between him and Chad Gable, but when it comes to Bronson Reed, that is just strictly business, because all he wants is the IC title. Sami says that this is a battle of mind, body, and soul. Mind being Gable, body being Bronson, and soul representing himself. And he will always bet on soul every single time. And Chad Gable appears. He got the Alpha Academy with him. I don't know why you don't even like them. So Gable appears. He says that he is the reason that Sami Zayn won at Mania, and he don't want him to forget that. If it wasn't for his training, you would have not beaten Gunther. Gable says that he lately has been too nice, especially to these three losers standing behind him, referring to Alpha Academy. And he says especially he's been too nice to Otis, who should have beat Sami Zayn last week. Sami then asked Alpha Academy, how long are y'all gonna put up with Gable's bull crap, man? How long y'all gonna take him talking shit to y'all not standing up for y'all? Gable stops him right there and says, hold on, bro. I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to play mind games with my crew, and it won't work. And in Saudi Arabia, I will take your title and your soul. Sami says, cut the crap, get in the ring right now, because we scheduled for a match. Sami Zayn, Chad Gable, right into the shoulder collar tie up early. Strikes from Sami, then a clothesline from Sami Zayn too. Sami Zayn clothesline Gable out of the ring, and Alpha Academy attempts to help Gable up, you know what I mean? Like, oh damn. Then he like shrugs him off, like, hey man, get the hell off me, I got this. What an asshole. Suplex from Gable. Maxine Dupree attempts to hit Sami while he on the ropes, but she can't bring herself to do it. Then Gable gets mad and yells at her and berates her, like, what are you doing? You're trash, you know what you're supposed to be doing. Then he wants Tozawa to cheat for him too, but Tozawa, being the good guy that he is, can't bring himself to do it neither. That's good shit. And Gable gets mad at him and sends both Maxine and Tozawa to the back. All that's left out there to help him out is Otis. Blue Thunderbomb from Sami. Michinoku driver from Sami. Sami looks for a haluva, but Chad picks the ankle and then locks in the ankle lock on Sami, but Sami gets to the ropes to break it. Sami rolls outside, and then Otis is about to help Gable, but has a change of heart, has his fists up and has a change of heart. And then Gable gets out the ring and slaps Otis, slaps him right across the face. You know better, you know what the fuck you should be doing. You should be helping me cheat. Sami sets up for the haluva, but gets clotheslined in the corner by Otis, finishes suplex into the pin by Gable. 1, 2, 3. Gable picks up the win on Sami. Beautiful. And we get an Io Sky package showcasing her dominance, kind of like Nakamura. She got a real big match tonight against Valkyria. Step back from commercial, we got an interview with Alpha Academy that's quickly and abruptly interrupted by LWO, who just got attacked by someone. Everybody's there speculating Carlito. Ray is pissed off at Pierce. Pierce yelling at Ray. Ray yelling at Pierce. Everybody's a whole lot of screaming, a whole lot of confusion. Cut back to the ring. It's time for Braun Breaker's Raw debut. Taking his anger out on the job of the night, KO Dixon. Match starts and Braun talking to himself in the corner, saying, first you left me out of King of the Ring, and now this. And then just goes crazy. Hits KO Dixon with a massive spear. Then hits him with a running spear outside the ring so bad that when his ass rolled back into the ring, the ref like, fuck this shit's over. But it don't stop there, because Braun ain't finished. Goes into beast mode, picks up the stairs, but officials come out and stop him, like, whoa, what the fuck you doing? And instead of hitting him with the stairs, he grabs the chair, bludgeons Dixon's head in between the stairs. Bring out a stretcher for Dixon, man. They bring out a stretcher for this guy, and Pierce was out there the whole time. This is a message from Brian to all of Raw. Back from the commercial, as we're seeing what's left of the jobber being loaded into the ambulance, Pierce sees Brian walking and tells him, "Yo, man, what the fuck was you thinking?" And Brian says, "You didn't put me in King of the Ring. This is on you." Then we see Lyra Valkyria talking to Becky Lynch before our match. Quick pep talk from the champ before we cut back to the ring. It's time for more action. Queen of the Ring semifinals match right now. Io Sky's appeared, admires the crown of the Queen of the Ring. Match start. Back-to-back pinning combos from Lyra. No good. Crossbody, middle rope from Lyra. 1-2, kick out. Io hangs Lyra up on the ropes. Knees straight to Lyra's chest from Io Sky. Backbreaker from Io Sky. Nice. Clothesline to step up his security from Lyra. Drop kick through the ropes. Crossbody Valkyria. Fisherman Buster from Valkyria. Billy Goat like cradle from Valkyria. I don't know what the fuck that was. You got crossface reverse from Io. Springboard drop kick to knee to the back of the head from Io. Springboard moonsault from Io. Io stomp to the chest of Valkyria. Lyra can't get anything going until a tornado DDT and a fisherman suplex for the 1-2 kick out. German release from Io. Meteor on Lyra. Powerbomb from the top rope on Lyra. Lyra Valkyria looking for the Nightwing. Io escapes. Lyra uses her leverage to sit out the pin for the 1-2-3 to advance to Queen of the Ring. This is a real good match. If I had a rank, and I give this shit about a 4 stars, this shit was off the chain. I loved it. I love it. I love it. After that, Lyra has an interview with Jackie, but it's interrupted quickly by Io talking a lot of shit. She mad because she lost. Lyra says she always believed in herself and knew that she could do stuff like this. She says she is one Nightwing away from Queen of the Ring. Should be a very good match between her and Bianca Belair or Nia Jax. Make sure you tune in. We cut the Awesome Truth backstage. Miz talking the truth, saying, "Look, man, we need to focus tonight because JD might have Carlito with him. You know what I mean? They might have backup. Judgment Day might have backup. We got to watch our ass tonight." Truth says, "Don't even worry about it because he got a special weapon. He got Andre the Giant watching his back tonight." This dude is something else. We got Dragunov doing an interview. Says Gunther was the better man last week and has no shame in losing to him. Says that they tore the house down better than anybody ever tore the house down. When Ricochet appears and says, "Don't sell yourself short," says that they tore the house down just as good, if not better, the week before, which I agree, that was a pretty fucking good match. Then out of nowhere, Braun Breaker appears and spears Ricochet. Like, what the fuck was that for? This guy's on a complete tear, being a complete asshole. If I was Pierce, I'd have been had his ass escorted out of Raw 2 segments ago. Get the fuck out of here. And we get a Gunther clip, Gunther walking around the arena, but this arena is completely empty. It's like hours before the show even started. He says that Jey Uso has the people excited, but he also has them fooled. Says Jey is a good showman, but when the bell rings, he is a superior wrestler in the ring and will make it to the King of the Ring finals tonight. And then we get Judgment Day segment and they treehouse, clubhouse, hideout, wherever the fuck they are. So Carlito's there and he hanging out and Pierce is like, "Look, man, this ain't the APA. We not your personal protection, security, whatever. You got to keep holding up your end of the bargain tonight, especially with LWO hot on your ass, because you bring the heat to us. So you got to keep on holding up your end of the bargain if you want to hang out around." And we see Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler getting ready for the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team #1 contender match tonight. And out of nowhere, guess who appears? Sonya Deville. And she's trying to talk to Baszler and Stark, but Baszler ain't trying to hear it, and neither is Stark because she rolling with Baszler. That should be interesting. Watch out where that goes. Cut back to the ring. It's time to get this tag team title match going. We got Awesome Truth. We got Judgment Day. We got titles. They on the line. Let's do it. All right, so we start this match off with Finn and Miz both working each other's arm until we both get early tags. Tag in JD. Tag in Truth. Truth getting the upper hand on JD. Drops the "what's up" leg drop on him. Jumping clothesline on JD from Miz. Dom Mysterio pulls The Miz's leg to give Judgment Day control. The crowd hates him so much. He got so much heat. I fucking love it. The dude's in a sling and he's still effective. Truth and Finn hot tag. Truth hits 3 out of 5 moves of doom before Finn reverses. Then Truth hits the STF locked in tight. Pin knuckle shuffle on Judgment Day from Awesome Truth. That's when Carlito appears and helps JD by putting his leg on the rope to break up the pin. The ref didn't see him. When Strowman appears, chases McDonough right into an AA for the 1, 2, 3. Awesome Truth retains. I love it. Backstage, Lyra Valkyria gets praise from Becky Lynch. Then Liv appears out of nowhere and says she's surprised that she won her match. And I'm also surprised that she didn't get jumped like how Becky was finna get jumped last week. And then she surprises Valkyria and punches her across the face like a bitch. I didn't like that. Like, what are you doing? You just getting more heat on yourself. Cut to Sami Zayn licking his wounds in his dressing room when Bronson Reed walks on Sami and says his payday is this Saturday, and that's where he will take the IC title from Sami. Head on a swivel, Sami. Otis appears out of nowhere and he says, look, Sami, I'm sorry. And Sami pretty much tells Otis that he should stop listening to Gable and start listening to the fans. And once you start listening to the fans in the WWE Universe, things will change for him. Trust him. As we all know, it happened with him in the Bloodline. It can happen for you too. Then we get the man, Becky Lynch, out there to cut a quick promo. Becky says that this is a different Liv Morgan. This is a Liv Morgan that's gritty. This is a Liv Morgan that's cheating. This is a Liv Morgan that's running from fights. And this is a Liv Morgan that won't beat Becky Lynch. And as she says that, Liv appears and says that Becky lies so much and lies and gaslights the WWE Universe that nobody knows where she's even coming from anymore. Liv says that Becky don't even care about the roster and says she just wants to finish the Liv Morgan Revenge Tour. That's when Becky gets a little petty and says Liv has finally found a purpose after 10 years of being in the company. Ouch. That's when Liv says that Becky is actually the most selfish person in the entire locker room. And she says that when it's all said and done, she will sit at the top of the women's division in the treehouse hideout of the Judgment Day, and shit ain't good. Priest says that they need to get back on track. He says they're looking at him today. In the past few weeks, he don't even recognize the Judgment Day no more. All right, now it's time for the women's tag title Fatal 4-Way #1 contenders match. We got 4 teams of women. That's 8 ladies. Let's do it. Damage Control, Baszler and Stark, Caine and Katrina, Ivy Nile, Maxine Dupree. Before we get to that, Xavier Woods backstage talking with the medical doctors with Kofi, and it seems like Xavier Woods has just been cleared for action. I love it. Kofi goes to tell Pierce that Woods is clear for action and ready to compete. That's when Karrion Kross appears and says there is always more time to turn things around. I don't know what that means. I ain't finna speculate, but I've never been a fan of Karrion Kross. This ain't helping. I don't know. I feel like they got to go back to the drawing board, just tear it down to the studs and try to find something that worked for this guy. Cut back to the ring. Let's get to this Fatal 4-Way tag match. So this match was pretty much a clusterfuck all the way to the end. I didn't really even go through a lot of the stuff. It started off as a sprint pretty much. And Caine and Katrina being innovative with their offense. Fisherman suplex from Maxine, LOL. We got Maxine with an elbow. Kairi Sane with an elbow. Baszler and Stark tag team work. Nita Maxine off of like a weird tag move I ain't never seen before. 1, 2, 3. They get the tag team title shot in the future. Baszler and Stark looking good. Cut backstage. We talking to Louis Kaza of Imperium, basically saying that Jey Uso is nothing but Sheamus, who Gunther already beat and has beaten before, and that the same results will happen to Jey Uso tonight. And that's when Drew McIntyre appears and kind of hijacks the interview and says that the people want Drew, and says that Pierce, if he was smart, would have booked Drew on the show, but instead he got to book himself. Says that Priest thinks he got over on him last week, but he got his title shot, so nothing else matters, and that he'll be seeing him real soon. Can't wait to see the match, even though we all know that Drew's on the shelf. Or backstage, Gable talking to the Creed brothers. I thought that was kind of interesting when Otis appears and says he apologized to Sami. And Gable started to overact, but then he says, oh, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing, Otis. You're trying to get into his head before Saturday so I could take my IC title back. Then he makes Otis say that he will help him win his IC title back. That's selfish asshole Gable. I love it. Then we cut backstage to Jey Uso hyping the crowd. Before he even sees the crowd, we get him walking backstage, walking through Gorilla and walking out to the crowd. It's time. Semifinals, main event, Jey Uso versus the Imperium's Gunther, 1v1. Let's go. So this match started with a shoulder collar, but it didn't really last long because Gunther just takes control. He's got too much size, too much power over Jey. Landing in chops early to try to weaken Jey. Jey fighting back with big yeet shots. Yeet, yeet. And Gunther starts to target the shoulder of Jey, throwing him into the post, throwing him into the stairs, throwing him into the barricade. I think he threw him into a few fans if I wasn't watching right. As you already know, the shoulder of Jey Uso has been injured for a while. Not too injured to where he can't work, but Gunther, seeing the medical tape, instantly being the ring general, targeted the injury of his opponent. I love it. Jey Uso starting to fight back, but the ring general with a Kimura on the top rope on Jey, but Jey switches that, turns it into the Samoan drop to free himself of it. Crossbody from Jey, super kick from Jey, 1-2, kick out. Drop kick from Gunther, powerbomb, 1-2, kick out. Submission locked instantly on Jey Uso's arm, instantly. German release suplex from Gunther, top rope splash from Gunther, huge lariat from Gunther. That's 3 in a row. Oh my, he's on fire. Gunther argues with the ref, and as he arguing with him, a spear, huge spear by Jey Uso, but the ref gets his too. A casualty of war. Jey Uso hits the splash, but the ref late on the count. Gunther kicks out at 2. Then chokes out Jey Uso, chokes him out. The ref feeling his hand, feeling his arm, no good. Chokes out Jey Uso to advance to the finals to take on Orton or Tama Tonga, which will be decided later on this week, Friday night SmackDown. I love it. And that was your Raw review for this week. Sorry I didn't have any reviews last week. It's NBA playoffs. My team was playing. Yes, we lost. God damn it, don't ask. But I'm back. I am back in effect. And yeah, man, we'll have the reviews. Make sure you check us out on this channel right here every Tuesday and Saturday for your Raw and SmackDown reviews, man. Until then, I'm Endo Caine. See ya.